Hello everyone, this is Sunday, August the 3rd, 2022. It is 1:30 p.m. with a 10 Celsius. Beautiful day, no wind, absolutely gorgeous walking day today. So let's begin. I'll be walking all the way over to, I don't know, Young Street, maybe Kempt Road, maybe Windsor and Young, somewhere in that area, okay? So let's get going. Beautiful, beautiful day for a walk, I gotta say. Just checking to make sure I'm recording. Yeah, okay, all is good. Well, I haven't been out for a couple of days, so the weather wasn't very nice. Oops, I did something. Hang on. I accidentally hit something. Okay, we're good. We're back on track. Sorry about that. I just got to check now and make sure this is still recording, okay? Yep, we're good. All right. One little mishap. Well, I'll try not to do that again. This area is certainly building up around here. A lot of new apartment buildings going up here. Have been building, more will be. That one right there on the corner was just a frame a year ago. Now it's all, looks like it's pretty much finished, and I don't know about inside. I don't think anybody's moved in there yet, but they might be. Could be somebody. Some of them could be done. Up at the top is not quite finished. All right. Here's a pawn shop. One day I gotta come over and check it out, see what they got for musical stuff. I love shopping at pawn shops. One of my favorite things. Looking for hidden treasures at pawn shops. That was just a kind of a catchy name right there, called the Easy Street Diner. Then you got a Mexican restaurant. Yummy Deli, European grocery. This area right here has a high Middle Eastern population, and probably other European as well. Looking at the restaurants, you can kind of gauge what the clientele is here. There's a Chinese restaurant. And this looks like a really big restaurant right here. Never been in it, but it looks like really a good place. They sell fish and chips, salads, burgers, pasta. Oh, pasta, I love pasta. And free delivery to Fairview and Clayton Park. So I guess this is part of Fairview here, I think. I'm not sure. I'll check it out and I'll find out. Put it on my video when I get back home. I'll check it and see if this is part of Fairview or something else. This little street that goes down through here is called Deal Street, but I don't think it'll ever be much more than a residential. I see a construction crane over there. That means a tall building's about to go up right there. Love it. Love seeing all this stuff built around here. I want to tell you what the name of this street is right here that I walked across, but I'm looking for a street sign because I can't remember what it's called. I don't travel it that much. Used to, but I don't now. And I kind of forgotten what that street was called. And I don't see any street signs, so I can't help you out there, the name of that street. That is called the Dardania Apartments up in there, I guess. So we're gonna go, there's a reason I can't go straight across and down because the railroad tracks up in there, so you can only go certain ways. This is Percy Street right here. Now you can see where that building going up there. It's going to be pretty good height by the look of that crane. Lots of apartments in this area up here. Whoop, there we go. Focus on the sidewalk. Keep my focus. My focus needs more focus. The last couple of days hasn't been very good for video making. I wasn't out Friday and I wasn't out Saturday because either rain or high wind, and one's as bad as the other. I can do a video in the rain easier I can in the high wind because I can take my umbrella and stay reasonably dry. But high wind, you can't do much with that. It just makes a racket in your microphone. Speaking of which, my microphone could be rubbing on something. I hope it wasn't. There we go, that's better. Try to keep it like that. My microphone was buried down into my sweater, which is not a good thing. But I think I got it now where I can use it. Okay, the road I just walked down right here is Dutch Village Road. So, for anybody that wants to know, I walked down Dutch Village Road from where I came out that Y there. So we're going to try something. I don't know how far I can get down here, but there is a sidewalk. So, where we want to go is over in that direction right there. I'm not sure of the road. And this is Joseph Howe right here, this road. One of the main through streets. Yeah, I know where we're going now. I know what route we're going to take. But I just seen a sign up here that you can get down to Windsor Street that way. McKay Bridge, Windsor Street. We'll take that. Because then I can walk right across Windsor and down. I have never walked this area here ever since I started making videos. Imagine that, eh? soon be 2 years since I started making videos. I've never walked this yet. First time. Good Life Fitness just opened up right there. Right there in that big building. Good Life Fitness is in there now. Well, my wife dropped me off up at the Giant Tiger, and her and my son went up to Bears Lake shopping. And I made a deal. I'm going to meet up with them at Tim Hortons on Yonge and Roby. But I'll end my video before that because I've showed you that so much. I don't feel like doing that again and making you suffer any further with it. So I'm going to end my video somewhere before that. But we got a ways to go yet. We're just getting going here. So I'm going to take you on uncharted territory here today where I've never walked before. I have never walked up over here. It's got a sidewalk, so it must be allowed. It must be able to walk it since there's a sidewalk. And there's the train tracks I was talking about. If you go down any of these streets, you can't get over because the train tracks are there. But once we cross this bridge, we'll be on the other side of the tracks, then we can go wherever we want to go. So that's the first time for me walking this. I've driven it and I never noticed if there was a sidewalk or not. So this is a learning experience for me too. I'll find out you can walk this. The guy just coming the other way across the bridge, so I would say we can walk it. That's great. Now it's always nice to do something they haven't done before because that's more interesting that way. You know, it's going to be something you haven't seen. It's going to be a little more exciting to see something that you haven't seen before. So this is it right here. Walking across the railroad tracks. Might get a little noisy because I'm right by the exit ramp onto the highway. Let's have a look down this freight yard down here. Let's have a look. Okay. It looks like they make up trains right there. There's a lot of sidings here. There's the main two lines through, and that'd be the siding for making up trains. Very good. So, the first time I ever looked at that. Okay, let's continue on. And that right over there is the West End container terminal. And if you go out that way, you're going up to Bedford, if you go that way. But we're going to go this way today because we don't want to go to Bedford today. Time don't permit, for one thing. Maybe one day I will go up that way, but not today. Whoops, I'm out of focus. Here we go. Sorry about that. I just heard that one of our container terminals has been sold, and now they're both owned by the same company, which should simplify things, moving freight from one terminal to the other. That must have been a big money deal. Sell a container terminal, that's a lot of property and a lot of money goes through there every day. So Anyway, that's what I heard. It was sold. It was on the news, so it must be true. It's going to be noisy here because I'm right beside the highway and a lot of traffic here. Anybody that knows Halifax, used to driving it, will know exactly where I am. I understand this graveyard is a burial place for a lot of the people they pulled out of the water when the Titanic went down. So I've heard. But let's take a look and see what it says. 1946, 1948. Together forever, oh dear. So I've heard there's the Titanic victims buried in here. We'll see what the date is on some more of these. May. Some of them are hard to read from here. Couldn't make those ones out. Yeah, so I've heard. I haven't walked in there and looked at it, but I've heard that there's Titanic victims buried in there. So for a short distance, we're on the Bedford Highway, which goes that way, and then it's over there. But we're not going to stick to the Bedford Highway too long because it's very noisy over here. Now we've got Windsor Street and Kempt Road. And we got Lady Hammond. We got any number of options. But I'm going to opt for Kempt Road, because that comes right out where I want to be to meet back up with my wife, who's such a nice person to bring me over here to drop me off to do this video. And they went to do a little bit of shopping, and then she's going to come back here and pick me up, probably have a coffee in here. I can't say enough nice about her. She's a wonderful, wonderful woman. She has to be to put up with me all these years. 29 years we've been married. And we're still together, still getting along. Now it says something, doesn't it? This is Windsor Street, but I'm not going to take that. I'm just going to come to here and walk across as soon as it's safe to do so. I guess I could right now. There we go. All right, sidewalk for a bit longer. And we'll walk down Kempt Road right from the Bedford Highway right down to Young Street. I might keep my camera on the whole time, maybe. Well, I don't have a walk, but I'm going to go anyway. It's green light. Close enough. Close enough to a walk. I got green light. Nobody's doing anything here. I just got to watch out for this turning lane. Okay, we're good. Want to buy a new Bronco? The Ford Bronco has come back. They got a whole yard of them here. They're pretty nice, aren't they? They look good. They got a little resemblance to the original Bronco, but no doubt some improvements have been made. There's a lot of car dealerships on Kempt Road. This is just one. There's a whole lot here. Kempt Road. I knew that anyway. I travel this a lot. Take Kempt Road across and get onto the highway here to go to the McCabe Bridge and cross the Dartmouth. Travel that quite often. So I do that. All right, let's go. We have no sidewalk right here, so I'm going to walk up into this parking lot, and hopefully there's a sidewalk farther down here. Then I can pick it up down here maybe. If not, I'm going to have to go across the street and walk on that side if there's no sidewalk here. That's very odd. No sidewalk on one side, but I guess they needed the space. Told you there's a lot of car dealerships in here. We just passed a Ford. There's the Subaru. And there's many more on this walk. I'm hoping there'll be a sidewalk when I get up here. Just a little bit more. Maybe, maybe not. So we're going to walk Kempt Road. It goes all the way over to Young. Yeah, and I might just walk that, making this video, because it won't take that long. There's a steel used car lot. And the used cars look pretty good. Even used cars today aren't junk. They're still nice cars. Because in order to sell a used car, it has to be in shape. It has to be up to a certain standard, or they can't sell it. You know, I don't think there's a sidewalk on this side, to be honest, but we'll see if we pick it up anywhere up here. And now, the steel garage is Mitsubishi Motors. And then right over here, you've got Hyundai. And it's got steel name on it as well. So probably the same family owns both garages. No doubt. That's very common in a lot of cities that one person owns 2 or 3 dealerships. Here is Kempsters Cookouts, probably steaks and stuff like that. Dine with us with a $50 gas card every day. So that's Kempsters Cookouts right there. No doubt that's a famous steakhouse. I'm not a big steak man myself, but it's okay now and then. I'm just not a guy that eats a lot of red meat. I don't even eat a lot of meat. Yeah. Fish is my best form of meat. I like fish the best. Chicken is probably second. And sometimes hamburger. Wendy's, I used to go there quite a bit. One time, last summer, went there a lot. Wendy's and McDonald's are both over on this road. I used to go to both of them. But got out of the habit, I guess, over the winter. And there's the Mercedes-Benz, owned by O'Regan. I guess this could qualify as a sidewalk. It looks more like a path, but well, we'll say it's a sidewalk, okay? And there's your Toyota dealership. They've got everything on the street. No matter what kind of car you want to buy, it's on the street. There goes a Porsche, I believe. Not that one. That one, the silver one right there, yeah. That little Mercedes-Benz right there is, am I reading that right? $50,000 for that little white Mercedes-Benz right there. That's a lot. Like, that's really a lot. $79,000 for that white BMW over there. That's quite a bit of money too for that car. $49,000 for that white Benz over there. Something tells me it's not worth the money. I can get that Jeep for $28,000. And that VW is $28,000. So in other words, I could buy both of those cars for what I paid for one Mercedes-Benz. Looks like the Toyota dealership is huge. I heard the best car to buy is a Toyota if you don't want to spend money on repairs all the time. Don't buy Chev. We got a Chev and that costs us plenty of money. Don't buy Chev. Don't buy a Kia. Don't buy all kinds of these brand names that don't hold up. The motors go in them and then they don't want to honor the warranty and stuff like that. Like I haven't experienced that, but I've read about it. So, and I also heard, I read it, seen it somewhere, that Toyota is the best car out there for not needing repairs. So if you're going to buy a used car, they're all about the same price regardless of what you get if it's used. Buy a Toyota because that's the car you won't spend a lot of money on. Yeah, a lot of these cars, like ours included, we got a Chev Trax. And I feel like I'm driving a ticking time bomb. It's just waiting for the next big repair, the next thing to break. It's going to cost a lot of money again. Yeah, and it's been that way. We've had the car now for 3.5 years. And we probably spent as much on repairs as we have on payments on the car. So, not a great deal. So I've read and heard by the experts, Toyota, #1 used car. Won't take nearly the repairs. You can drive it and drive it. I don't know whatever happened to Chevrolet, because I bought a Chev Cavalier a number of years ago. It was used. I paid $5,500 for it. That's not a lot of money for a car. And I drove that car 5 years. I never put a major repair on it. All I ever did was buy tires, put a battery in it, and a couple of times a muffler clamp, because they had those weird clamps that went right around the muffler and they rusted off, and you had to replace them about once a year. So I did it twice, and then I put a heavy steel wire wrapped right around it and up around it. Never came off again. So that was it for my $5,500 car. Drove it 5 years. When I stopped driving it, still ran. They did tend to get a little rusty after a while. Mine looked pretty good the outside, but did have some rust. But I'm telling you, 5 years, no major repairs. Most expensive thing I put on it was tires, and that don't matter what you're driving. You drive a Rolls Royce, you're still going to have to buy tires. So that's not really a repair. It was trouble-free. It was a great deal. It was a great deal. That was in the day when Chev made Cavalier. Now, they're making all this junk. And I don't mind if Chev hears me, because I'd like to see them prove me wrong. But they're not making junk. I like to hear that. See the proof that I'm in the wrong for saying it. They know I'm not in the wrong. Well, it's unanimous in our house when we buy another car, it won't be a GM product. That's off the table. That's pretty much off the table. It won't be a GM. Now we're going to go back to the minivan again, which we had minivans before we got this car. And kind of missed the minivan because you got lots of room in there. Carry stuff. We had a Ford minivan, but the transmission went in it and we replaced that. Lucky we had a warranty to pay for that part of it. I think they paid half and we paid half. So it wasn't too bad. But that didn't take a lot of repairs. We put a battery in that one too. That usually happens when you buy a used car. You'd be lucky if you get 6 months in without replacing the battery, because that's just how it is. So, but we didn't put any great repairs on that. That Ford minivan, that was a Ford Freestar. They don't make those anymore, I don't think. But it was a pretty good vehicle for its day. Like, it wasn't... We bought it used and it been around a while. Had quite a bit of miles on it, but we drove it a lot and it never once refused to go, except when the transmission was gone. We had to change that, but that was it. You don't mind one repair here and there. It's like when every couple of months you get another big repair. $1,000 here, $1,500 here, $2,000 there. Like, that stuff adds up. You don't want a car that'll do that. Anyways, walked past all those car dealers. They got me on a rant there about cars. Toyota, #1 car for less repairs. Okay, keep that in mind. Okay, I'm on Kempt Road. I'm about halfway up. And maybe more than half, 2/3. When I get up to Kempt Road and Young, I'll sign off. That'll be a pretty good video. I don't know how many minutes I've been walking. See if I can read it. It looks like 37 minutes so far. When I get up there, it'll be at least 45 minutes. So that's not a bad length video. My last 2 or 3 were over an hour. My son helps me out on these videos with the computer stuff. And the 2 before the last one were over an hour. And I come in and I said, Sean, I think my video's over an hour again. And he says, you told me you're going to make it shorter this time. Yeah, I said, I tried. But that's where it ended. So today I'm going to try again to keep it under, I think it'll be about 45 minutes probably when I get over there today. He'll be happy about that. Instead of an hour and 10 minutes or something. This is a pre-owned Volvo's here. Volvo dealership was just back down the street there, and this is pre-owned. I can't tell you anything about Volvos. All I know, they're supposed to be good quality cars. They cost and a used one, what kind of deal you get? I don't know. I'm not sure. I know one thing, used cars aren't cheap. They're not cheap at all. They're kind of expensive. You used to be able to buy a new car for what you spend on a used one now. And I don't know anything about Volkswagen. They might be as good as anything, because Germany has a reputation of building good stuff. So it could possibly be that Volkswagen is a good car to buy. There's what I've been told to stay away from Kia. They're all right when they're new. The motors are prone to go in them. They say just keep on walking if you're looking at Kia. Don't bother with it. There's other options that are good. Yeah, they look like $1 million when they're sitting on the new parking lot. Now, I have no experience with a Kia. I've never bought one. I'm just passing on things that I've read and heard. I've heard that there's a defect in the motor. Something that can go at any time. And the motors are famous for going in them. So anyways, that's all I can say is things I heard. Don't know, haven't never owned one. O'Regan's Volkswagen. Yeah, I know one thing I know about O'Regan's used cars is it's positive, it's a good thing, it's not a bad thing. Is you buy a used car from O'Regan's, it's been all checked over, and everything that's wouldn't pass is changed and put back into shape. So when you buy a car and drive it off there, it's as good as it can be for what you're paying for it. And it's safe, everything's been checked. They won't sell you a car with worn out tires or brakes are about ready to be changed. They check all that and change them. And when you buy the car, hopefully you're not going to have to do anything to it for a while. So that's why you see a lot of used cars with the sign O'Regan on them. You're getting a good deal there because everything's been checked over and made right before they sell it. And the prices are pretty good because they're not in the business of selling old junk cars. They're in the business of selling new cars. So these are just cars that were traded in, and they got a used car lot where they sell them. So O'Regan's sounds like a good company. I haven't bought anything there yet, but maybe we will. Maybe our next vehicle will be from them. The things I've heard, I know one thing, I'm not going to go to a small place again. We bought our Chev tracks from a small car dealer, and we never got treated the best from there. So next time I may try O'Regan's. They sound like they're fair, and they do their best to sell you something that's going to last a while. A lot of these vans on the road for courier work and that kind of stuff. I'm almost back to Yonge Street. Been a quite a walk. Been a great walk. From, might say it was pretty much Fairview. I gotta check the map though and see if where I started. I started by the Giant Tiger. I think that's Fairview there, but not 100% sure. So I'll look at the map and I'll address that when I put this video up. If they're inside the limits of Fairview, or they could be Halifax West. So we'll see which it is. Let's check the prices on these things. There's a Dodge minivan that looks to be in pretty good shape for $2,200. The body looks really good. Got good tires on it. Nice looking car for $2,200. Not $22,000. I mean, sorry, I said it wrong. You wouldn't get that for $2,200. $22,000, which most newer cars are going for 40, 42, 44. 22,000 is not out of reach today. That's a reasonable price. There's one of these Ford Broncos, 48,000. I think long and hard before I would do that. Things I've been reading about new cars. They say if you can get it on payments where you can pay it off in 4 years, it'll be great. Because not too much breaks in the first 4 years. If it does, it's under warranty. I said if you go to 5 years, you can expect to do some repairs in that 5th year. Hopefully you won't get anything too big. And they say definitely don't go beyond 5 years paying for that car. If you do, if you're on a tight budget, you stand the risk losing that car, because what are you going to do with 5 years later? There's no warranty on the car. The motor goes in it. And they want $10,000 to replace it. You've got maybe $2,000 in the bank. You're already tapped out in credit because you bought the car and different things. And what are you going to do? You're going to be walking. You're going to be paying for that car for the next 2 years sitting in your yard. You're going to be walking. So they say if you buy a new car, you got to have it paid off in 5 years. Don't take it for 7. You're asking for trouble. Sure, it sounds good. You get a brand new car and pay $300 a month for it. Not a good deal, because you're going to be walking before that's paid for. Well, I got a green light. Let's go through it. While it's still green, and I get over here, I'm going to end my video and wait for my wife to come along. I think I might have got here before her, but you never know. She might have beat me to it. We'll see. Anyways, hope you enjoyed this little walk and a look at automobiles and a rant about that. But I didn't tell you any lies. Whatever I told you, I had studied it and read up on it. Okay, with that, if you like this video, just push that like button, that thumbs up there. And if you're not yet a subscriber, it'd be nice if you push that subscribe. That will help us out a lot. We're inching our way towards 1,000. Not there yet. I think my last count was I'm not sure. It was more than, it was somewhere around the 250, maybe a little under. Okay, so that was our last count. I mean, sorry, it was 750. There we go. That's 750. So we're inching our way up to the 1,000, and the more you guys push that button there for subscribers, the quicker we'll get there. Anyways, whether you do or not, comment on my videos, because I just love reading those comments, okay? Bye for now.